Chapter 25. Do you have a private room available? Wang Yichui asked the waiter with a polite smile. I'm sorry, miss, the waiter said respectfully. All private rooms are currently booked. That's fine. We'll just dine out here then. Tang Yu exhaled in relief. Thank goodness. With all these people around, at least she wouldn't pull anything shady. Great, he said, trying to keep the grin off his face. Let's just eat out here. Wang Yichui noticed the slight bounce in his step. She smirked. Smile now. You'll see who laughs last. They were soon seated, and the waiter brought over 2 fresh-scented candles and lit them between them. Honey, what would you like to eat? Wang Yichui asked sweetly, flipping open the menu. Anything. I don't have much of an appetite when I'm with you. And don't call me honey, please. Tang Yu's tone was flat. Kaigan, this woman is seriously off today. Aren't we supposed to be here to talk business? This is not a negotiation table. It's a trap. I'm not selling myself. Teacher Wang, let's be real. You're a good person. Too good for me. Please move on. Oh, let's just order the couple's set then. She handed the menu to the waiter with a wink. As she did, one of her high heels slipped off, and beneath the table, her foot clad in silky black stockings, gently nudged against Tang Yu's calf. He froze instantly. What are you doing? He asked, eyes narrowing. No, Maya, this isn't playful anymore. Foot sweat in public? Woman, have some dignity. Itchy feet, she said nonchalantly, smiling like a cat playing with a mouse. Tang Yu squinted at her, gaze dropping momentarily to her feet. Sinful. Black stockings? Really? I've been chopping fish at RT Mart for 10 years. My heart's colder than a block of ice, nothing can melt it. Except black silk. My feet are sore from walking in heels. Be a gentleman, help me rub them a bit. Wang Yichui grinned playfully, her foot now resting atop Tang Yu's leg. Her legs were impossibly long, her skin fair and smooth even through the silk. For some women, black stockings were camouflage. For someone like Wang Yichui, pure provocation. Tang Yu scoffed. Dream on. Weren't we here to talk business? He grumbled. Let's talk then. I've got work after this. I'm too tired to talk now, she said lazily. But I'll recover faster if someone massages my feet. She wiggled her toes. Tang Yu stared, exasperated. Her foot is back. Great. This is not dinner. It's psychological warfare. No wonder she picked this restaurant. Honestly, I'd rather we got a private room. At least then I'd die in shame privately. I could call a waiter over to massage your feet, he muttered, grabbing her ankle and placing it back on the floor. The moment his hand touched her skin, even through the silk Wang Yichui's body, jolted like she'd been zapped. She gasped. Tang Yu flinched. Why are you grabbing my foot like that? She whispered with mock indignation, her lips quivering with faux embarrassment. You pervert, Tang Yu deadpanned. He was speechless. Why does it suddenly feel like I'm the villain in a romance novel? No, I need to go on the offensive. I'm always retreating. No wonder she thinks I'm a pushover. If she wants shameless, I'll show her the king of shameless. Are you sure you want me to rub your legs? Tang Yu grinned, attempting his best evil smirk, though it looked more like mild indigestion. Wang Yichui, blushing slightly, nodded. Go ahead, you started this game. Let's see if you can keep up, she thought. The lighting was dim, the tablecloth long, and her feet slid right back onto his lap. Tang Yu inhaled deeply and began to massage her calf with feigned indifference. Even through the stockings, her skin felt smooth, warm, and dangerously inviting. Skin this soft should be illegal. Wang Yichui trembled again, biting her lip and lowering her gaze. She didn't say a word. Tang Yu was smug. Caught in your own trap, haven't you? If you light the fire, you put it out. 5 minutes passed. Then 10. Still no reaction. She just kept lowering her head, acting shy. Oh, wait, why is she still quiet? Shouldn't she be all flustered by now? Or squealing something like, brother Tang Yu, stop. Don't tell me my grip's too weak. Tang Yu was internally spiraling when the waiter approached with their food. Now your couple's set, sir and ma'am. Tang Yu flinched like he'd been caught red-handed, yanked her foot off his lap, and nearly knocked over the wine bottle in the process. He grabbed his wallet and tipped the waiter a thick stack of bills. Thanks, big tip. Go enjoy your night. Saved by the waiter. May your ancestors be blessed. Thank you, Tang Xiao. The waiter beamed and scurried off. Tang Yu stood up stiffly. I'm going to wash my hands. You eat first. Sure. Wang Yichui gave him a coy little wave, hiding the absolute glee on her face. The moment he disappeared, she almost slapped the table laughing. This guy. The entire time he'd been thinking she was the one losing. You poor fool. That fire, it's still burning. And you're already smoked. When Tang Yu returned, hands freshly washed and pride slightly bruised, she had already poured the wine and cut his steak. Eat. You've had a long day, she said sweetly, batting her lashes like the perfect girlfriend. Thanks. He sat down stiffly, trying to salvage what little remained of his dignity. She didn't tease him again. Instead, they began to eat quietly. The flickering candlelight cast soft shadows across their table, painting a surprisingly peaceful scene. Between bites, Wang Yishui glanced at him. He was handsome, calm, and even when flustered, never unkind. She set her fork down. For the first time that day, she said nothing. Chapter 26. Wang Yishui couldn't help but stare at Tang Yu's handsome face, her eyes soft with amusement. According to what she'd heard from his thoughts, this whole world was a novel? Fine, whatever. If it was a novel, so be it. But the way the story was unfolding, she wasn't happy with it. Be part of some walking cliche's harem just because he could smirk at 105 degrees? No thanks, especially when that smirk looked like he needed medical help. She glanced back at Tang Yu, her own little Tang So, grumpy and awkward but oddly endearing. He could probably scare that Dragon King clown off just by raising an eyebrow. What are you staring at me for? Tang Yu looked up from his steak, catching her gaze. Being stared at by a beauty like her was flattering, but it also made him feel weird. Oh wait, are you blushing? Wang Yishui leaned forward with a teasing smile. Let me take a good look. Don't. Tang Yu turned away, ears slightly red. Just one peek, she giggled. Can we focus? Weren't you the one who said we were here to talk business? He snapped, shifting the subject out of sheer self-preservation. Wang Yishui gave him a victorious smile but relented. All right, I'm planning to invest in a project and there's still a gap of 30 billion. Want to go in on it with me? 30 billion? Tang Yu blinked. The Tang family could pull that kind of cash together without much effort, sure, but her timing made him suspicious. He cleared his throat, sat up straight, and said seriously, 30 billion isn't pocket change. What's the project? New energy, she said casually. You liked the idea last time, remember? Oh, that. All right, I'll invest. But only under 2 conditions. Her eyes lit up. Name them. First, if we're working together, don't pester me all the time. Boundaries, okay? There's a reason men and women don't share umbrellas. I see. You're saying you're afraid I'll fall for you if we get too close? She grinned. Honestly, I did use my charms, just to lure you in for this deal. No way she's serious. She'll be back tomorrow with more traps. Today you ignored my love. Tomorrow I'll ignore your logic. Tang Yu rolled his eyes and held up a second finger. Second, give me your phone. I'm deleting all the videos and photos. Aha, caught you. The great femme fatale left herself exposed. You think I didn't realize that was bait? But if I delete the footage, the leverage disappears. Wang Yishui hesitated for a moment, then smiled sweetly and handed over her phone. Go ahead, I'm a woman of my word. Good. Tang Yu took the phone with a triumphant grin and got to work. First, he opened WeChat and cleared the chat history. Then came the file manager. The blackmail video? Deleted. Finally, the photo album. And there, Tang Yu's smirk froze. The first photo? Bunny girl cosplay. Wang Yishui, in a tight-fitting black bodysuit, bunny ears perched atop her head, black suspenders framing her perfect thighs, and a pair of long, silky black stockings that made his blood pressure spike. What in the holy foo? Who gave you permission to look this good? He swiped. Second photo. Still the bunny suit now turned around. Swipe. Bunny girl, different pose. Swipe. A nurse outfit. White silk. Tang Yu swallowed. Lady, I'm trying to delete one photo, not have a spiritual awakening. What kind of death trap is this gallery? He hurried through the rest, found the damning photo of him holding underwear, and deleted it at lightning speed. When he finally handed the phone back, his hand was shaking. All done. Wang Yishui looked at him with mock innocence. You deleted everything? Everything. She tilted her head. You sure? You looked really focused. Yeah, thanks for that. Now I've got 4K, full-color trauma etched into my brain. And if I ever meet the guy who took those photos, I swear I'll... She nearly burst out laughing on the spot. That guy. There was no guy. All those photos, self-timer. Every single one, which made his little jealousy moment all the sweeter. Tang Yu cleared his throat, still flushed. Anyway, don't pull stuff like that again. It's good she didn't wear that stuff here. If she had shown up in the nurse outfit, I'd have folded faster than a lawn chair. Okay. Now, send over the money. I'll let you know once the project kicks off. He nodded and dialed his company's finance department. One short conversation later. All done. You'll have the transfer in under an hour. Yep, this will crush Ye Chen's dumb plan. But man, if only she dressed like that more often. No, focus. Go find Qin Ming and ask if he's got any more cosplay friends. Across the table, Wang Yishui's smile slowly faded. Qin Ming? Oh, that punk. She hadn't forgotten how he dragged Tang Yu to that club, surrounding him with a bunch of girls. She was definitely going to thank him for that later. Back at the office, the transfer from the Tang Group hit her company's account right on time. With her own $50 billion already prepped, she now had $80 billion in play. This time, she was going to burn Ye Chen's scheme to the ground. Let the so-called Dragon King bleed. He was the protagonist? Tang Yu the villain? She smirked. We'll see who's left standing when the credits roll. Chapter 27, France Le Libre. As one of the fastest rising media giants in Europe, Le Libre had a long-standing tradition of sharp investigative journalism and a powerful online presence, with over 20 million followers across social platforms. But today they dropped a nuke. A breaking report titled Far's Company, 7 Years of Tax Evasion, went viral within minutes. In less than an hour, it had racked up millions of views. The report detailed Far's shady financial history, every manipulated document, offshore shell account, and cooked ledger. French netizens lost their minds. Now, where's the government? Eating cheese while this happened. Tax fraud this big? These pigs need to rot. Shut it down. Fine them into extinction. The outcry was so overwhelming that government officials dispatched investigators to Far's HQ immediately. By the next morning, the verdict was in. Far's was screwed. They weren't just guilty of tax evasion, they'd practically built an empire on it. All executives were detained, and the company's assets were frozen. Even worse, Joaquin Investment, the largest shareholder and a shell front for the Dragon Soul organization, had just injected 30 billion yuan into Far's, money that was now seized by the French government. It was gone, and just like that, one of Ye Chen's carefully laid traps backfired so hard it cratered an entire plane. Suzhou, a luxury bathroom somewhere, Ye Chen, Dragon King extraordinaire, was squatting on a toilet. His phone buzzed. He picked up, half bored, and froze. Far's had collapsed. The hell do you mean it was discovered? Who leaked it? His roar echoed off the tiles. 30 billion. 30 billion. His heart bled. His soul shriveled. His blood pressure hit critical mass. He prided himself on never missing a deal, on never wasting a step, on squeezing the system for every drop. He'd sell his own shadow for interest if he could. And now the French government had just robbed him blind. Legally. But that wasn't the worst of it.
His subordinate on the phone hesitated, then reported, Sir, Joaquin's stock has plummeted. Short sellers went all in 80 billion in market attacks. After some tracing, the two major backers were the Tengwang Group and the Tang Group. Ye Chen's eyes narrowed.
Tang Yu? Impossible. That dog had been licking Sumo Yu's heels for 3 years. He didn't have the brains for this kind of move. Unless, no, his identity as Dragon King was airtight. Has anyone linked this to me? No, sir. Your identity remains secure. Ye Chen exhaled. Good. It's just money. Once I've taken control of the 4 families, I'll get it all back tenfold. He hung up. His eyes burned with fury. Tang Yu, you've poked the tiger. I'll bury your entire bloodline. He pulled up his phone and texted his undercover subordinate, Qi Yin. Dig up dirt on the Tang Group. I want something that will finish them. 1 week. Then, like the lunatic he was, Ye Chen casually wandered down to the villa lawns. He spotted a harmless-looking half-meter snake slithering nearby. With practiced efficiency, he caught it, removed the fangs to neutralize the venom, and grinned. Perfect. He walked toward Villa 8, home of Qin Kexin, the elusive heiress of the Qin family. She was supposed to be his next target. Since she'd been dodging him lately, well, time to create an opportunity. With a flick of his wrist, Ye Chen lobbed the snake through the second-floor window, then stood below like some discount Romeo, ready to rescue the damsel. She'll fall for me. They always do. Meanwhile, at home, Tang Yu was lying flat on his absurdly luxurious bed, acting like the peak-salted fish. Suddenly, the system chimed in. Drip plot successfully disrupted. Reward, ownership of the Bright Moon Hotel has been transferred to the host. Tang Yu sat up. Huh? I passed another plot checkpoint? He scratched his head. System, what did I do? You survived the plot event in Chapter 88. Tang Yu paused. Oh, right. That arc. In the original plot, Ye Chen's plan to take down Wang Yishui was supposed to go flawlessly. The Tengwang Group's 50 billion would get frozen, the company would crash, and Wang Rulong would swoop in to seize control. Then Ye Chen would waltz in hero style to comfort the damsel and claim her. Instead, Wang Yixiu sniffed it out. Fars got nuked. Yichen lost 100 billion. And now Tang Yu owned one of the most iconic hotels in the country. He grinned. Sometimes just being lazy pays. Later that day, as he was about to pick out a car for a joyride, Tang Yu's phone rang. His company's finance officer. Tang Xiao, the 30 billion transferred to Tang Wang last week, was returned, plus 15 billion in profit. Tang Yu blinked. Oh, come again? That money should have been tied up in the doomed project. He quickly dialed Wang Yixue. What happened with our investment? Oh, didn't I tell you? Fars was a scam. Someone tried to trap our Wang family, so I played dumb, then shorted them into oblivion and pulled our money out before they crashed. Made a bit of extra on the side, too. Next time I get a good tip, I'll let you know. Mwah! Tang Yu sat back in stunned silence. Wife material confirmed.